Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Now last part we got here to Bowser's Castle, and now it's time for us to continue on and fight whatever's left of the Koopalings. And not have Mario as a mini. Although I do wish you got a high jumping animation from Mouse Mario, that'd be funny. Anyway, the next couple sections are rather weird, and this one looks ever so familiar to Woohoo University. Luckily, this one gives you 4 tries, though you don't really need all 4. The only one that's really troublesome is this last one here with the little Mecha Koopa, which I just realized that's the Mecha Koopa from Mario World. Hello there, I didn't notice that when recording. Moves around completely randomly, so you need to be able to carefully time that. In fact, this is the hardest part of the game. Actually, Bowser's Castle is kind of difficult compared to some of the other parts of the game. In comparison, at least. Anyway, this is actually a unique little thing in the game. Those Piranha Plant buds need to be watered. However, the only way we can get the good amount of water to them is if we're tickled from behind. So get Luigi's Thunder Hand out, and boom. Note, I'm only doing the right one because experience points, you only want to do it to the left one if you just want to continue onwards in the dungeon. You know, it's been bothering me since I actually started this dungeon what this theme reminds me of, but I just realized what it is. It reminds me of Fire Emblem 7. More specifically, the little part of the music that just faded out there reminds me of the battle theme. Anyway, next is Ludqig von Koopa. And he has what is essentially a harder version of the border jump game from when we entered Stardust Plains. Surprisingly tricky. I cleverly edited it out, but I was here for about 2 minutes. Well, that was anticlimactic. Alrighty then. Oh, there you are. Anyway, Ludqig is actually the hardest Koopaling we've faced so far, with 550 HP. He has a very similar attack to the one Iggy never got to show off, where he can make you dizzy. But the main thing about him is that, aside from his fireball attack, he has a shell attack, which he's actually about to do. He has a couple different patterns he can, I guess, roll around in, but none of them are too hard. Though, if your button gets stuck later on, like mine does, that can be kind of painful. Though, thankfully the game does graciously heal you after every Koopaling fight. See, the thing is, I was pressing the A button there, but wasn't working for some reason. I'm really using that advance a lot, aren't I? Well, for good reason, mind you, it does a lot of damage. And for beating him, we get a 1-up super. What you're supposed to do here is actually mouse Mario in there. You get a free Ultra Syrup and Shroom. Super Shroom, actually. You know, one thing I will say I like about this game is that the items of the lower level items never really lose usefulness, because 25 HP is still a lot for late game. Anyway, we got a new enemy here, Chomp Brothers. These guys are rather tricky to dodge. And they also have a good amount of HP, I think around 150. And it's worse if they get healed. Their attack is that they'll start spinning around their little chain chomp and eventually throw it at them. The direction they start spinning from is the direction that they shall throw it. If they throw it in that pattern, they're going towards Luigi. If they start spinning the opposite direction, it's going towards Mario. Though I gotta say, they have one powerful swing if it goes so far fast that it goes past the brother, spinning around the earth, and then going back to the back of the brother. Oh, by the way, I love knockback brothers if you can get the advance off correctly, because you can do a lot of damage. Not as much as early game Chopper Brothers, though. That does quite a bit early game. But Chomp Brothers, other than looking threatening, aren't that bad, though their timing can be a bit hard to master. And once you take out their Chain Chomp, actually, they pretty much do nothing. Actually, I'm not sure if they don't do anything. They might not. Nah. Anyway, now we got this room, which doesn't look annoying, but can be for stupid reasons. What we have to do here is hit the two switches that are in here. And getting to them is as simple as using the maul technique with Luigi and the mouse technique with Mario. However, doing the Luigi part is kind of deceiving because you need to get to the first switch. And I'm not sure why that's hard to do, but for some reason it is. Because I always get out prematurely. And then we need to get Luigi back to Mario. Also, fun little fact actually, in terms of part numbers, I think this might be our longest Let's Play yet, actually. I'm not sure in terms of gameplay hours, that still might be one of the battle networks, but yeah, in terms of part number, this is now number 1. Pokemon Crystal has been dethroned as the longest. And now we got this room, which can be disorienting if you don't know where you're going. Essentially, what we're gonna have coming up is another one of those little sections, very similar to one of the little Monty Mall minigames we did earlier. But we have to get there as Mini Mario, and to do that, we need to do these very precise jumps. Don't go that way, because that's not the right way. There's boos here, obviously, so don't get hit when you're Mini, because then you'll go back to being, the full-sized Mario. And now it's time for another classic Mario Brothers section. I'm not sure if this is designed after a Mario Brothers level, though. I don't think it is. But we get some nice Mario 3 references with the radioactive waffles. Good to see them again. And there's items up there, and I know how to get them, but I don't know what they are because I don't go for them. Essentially what you have to do is when you're at the end of this little section here with this little red elevator, platform is actually more accurate than elevator, you're supposed to jump above the screen a la level 1-2 using these platforms here. However, I don't go for them, so I don't know what they are. I was tempted, though. I was tempted. And... and he still leaves the axe there! What is wrong with you, Bowser? Seriously. Anyway, hitting that exclamation point block opens up the next gate. And after reuniting with Luigi, we can finally continue on. And random block. I'm not touching you ever again. Yeah, when it comes to coin blocks, I'm done with random blocks and, rally blocks. Ugh. And we got some more simu blocks here. You got 4 pairs of them, which are kind of hard to time. And as you may have noticed, I cut away there because I was having some trouble making them activate for some reason this time. Though, feasibly, this could actually be the first time you run into the blocks, which is kind of weird. And it's Roy Koopa. Alrighty, time for a boss fight. Bring it on, you pink little... Ha! We're so masculine, he ran away from us. Must be the shiny mustaches. You didn't actually think we were gonna get away from fighting this guy, Bert, did you? Also, I recommend having the Game Boy Horror SP on for this fight, because this guy actually has a rare drop, the Bowser Fang. I'm not sure what it does, though. I just had to look that up. But what we got now is a pink Bob-omb on screen, and like that thing says, we now have 8 rounds to beat him or it's game over. Luckily, I forget how much HP this guy has, I think it's around 500 still. That 8 rounds is rather gratuitous. In fact, it's way more than we ever need. If it was 4 rounds it'd be threatening, but yeah. He has essentially the same spin move that Ludqig had, and the fireball move as well. Seriously, my button's not working, what the hell? Oh, and he also has the shockwave attack that Morton Jr. had. Except it's even easier to dodge, which is kind of weird. But he goes down like the rest. I'm not sure what the Bowser Fang that his rare drop does. I'm actually going to look that up right now, but it's there if you have the Game Boy Horror SP, I suppose. And beating him makes a barrel drop down. And you can probably see where this is going. Bring it up north. Jump on top of it. Hit the switch, and we cause an updraft. Anyway, time for the next little room, which is annoying because we have to fight 3 boos in a row, and I'm skimming past all of them. This is actually a fairly simple room. You should probably be able to tell just by looking around. Oh, one thing I've actually forgotten to mention at this point, the Swing Brothers Bros attack that we've had for a while, you can actually use that to steal items. But it's kind of hard to do. Oh, Bowser Fang badge. Increases the damage you do with counterattacks. But that's pretty much the big missable items that we've gotten past. And now time for more rollers. Fun. I swear it is. Anyway, we want to go to the right first because, well, we can't really get to the left easily now, can we? And hitting this switch causes the rollers to reverse direction. I really hate those rollers, by the way. I know I've said that a lot, but still. And you can rather uselessly hit this switch, because, beating the boss here kind of teleports us back out there, so it's kind of pointless to hit that switch again. Anyway, if you're familiar with the Super Mario World order of bosses, you can tell that Wendy is next. Oh, you who was very difficult back in Mario 3. Anyway, as you can see, she switches between the pipes, and we don't have enough time to walk over to her. However, you may have noticed the very conveniently placed gate below us. You can probably tell where this is going. Separate the 2 brothers, position 1 at each pipe, and let loose with hammers of fury. And that was really close. And upon doing so, we get to fight her, who I honestly think is the most annoying Koopaling in the game. She has around 400 to 500 HP, I forget which. Still susceptible to the same stuff I've been doing on every single one of them, though. But the thing is, her attacks are rather annoying. She obviously still has the fireball attack, I think. But her first attack is generally to throw the rings at you, which, as you can see, give us the heavy status from the Cacletta battle earlier on. Luckily, Bro's attacks ignore that, so it doesn't really do much to us, but it makes her attacks much harder to dodge. After that, though, it pretty much becomes your generic Koopaling. Yeah, she has the fireball attack. Becomes your generic Koopaling fight. You know, I'm kind of sad that the Koopalings ever got lines, because considering the writers were hilarious in this game, they could have done well with them. Especially Morton or Roy, because those guys you can have a lot of jokes with. Anyway, for beating her, we level up to level 42. What is likely to be our final, if not second to last, level up in the game. Without maybe some additional grinding I might do before the final boss. Actually, is the level cap in this game 50? I have a feeling it is. Anyway, beating her made this platform rise, so now we can jump up here and Thunderhand this orb. And max is 99. Max level is 99, however you get that at like 950,000 experience points. Jesus! That is kinda ridiculous. Anyway, welcome to the final Koopaling section. What we have to do here is essentially little minigames of our Thunderhand and such. That one's fairly self-explanatory. Get to the exclamation point before timer runs out, but use Fire Hand so you can blaze through everything. Then we have a very jokes-endish section where we have to use the yellow blocks that we can jump on from underneath again. And hitting that block connects the two, so now we can reunite the brothers once again. And like I mentioned last part, guys, there's all sorts of stuff you can still do in the castle and such, too, because there's still beans here all over the place. In fact, there's one I get in the next room without realizing it. Got a save blocker right here. Oh no, I guess I already did the, never mind. I was thinking of something else when I was talking about the bean. Anyway, time for Larry Koopa? Yeah, Larry. And he essentially plays Pong with you. Which is rather difficult, actually. I'll admit that much. And we don't have any music, which is kind of weird. Anyway, final Koopaling fight of the game against Larry. As for the past couple, we have the exact same 8-turn limit. I think he has 550 HP, but I'm not sure. And he pretty much uses attacks that every single one of his brothers and sisters had, I believe. Actually, are the Koopalings brothers and sisters? I know Bowser Jr. is the only one that's been confirmed to be Bowser's kids. Oh, and his unique attack is a variation of the fireball technique with that you play Pong with. Tennis with Ganon, folks. Because I know for a fact that Miyamoto confirmed for a fact that the Koopalings are not Bowser's kids. But, are they related to each other is the question. Something to think about, I suppose. And what he just tried to do there was the spinning move that Iggy could do way back when, so that pretty much says that he can use a lot of the techniques his brothers and sisters have. However, it's all for naught because he goes down like the rest. And I beat him without getting hit too, I think. And with that, every Koopaling in the game is defeated. Booyah! But with that and all four remaining Koopalings being defeated, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And next time, let's play Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. We're going towards, if not getting to, the end of the game, folks. See you guys then.